Dear students, in our last lecture we had talked about communication and how the communication is important in organization. We also talked about the process of communication, and we had started discussing about the communication barriers or the noise part. We could discuss about filtering, selective perception. We discussed about emotions, language, stereotyping, and status difference. In our today's class, we are going to talk about use of conflicting signals, reluctance to communicate, and other barriers of communication. Now, if we talk about use of conflicting signals, it means a sender is using conflicting signals when he or she sends inconsistent messages. For example, I am using word braces. Now, if I talk about braces, braces may have two meanings. Like braces can be the kind of wire which is put on the teeth to keep the teeth straight. At the same time, braces can be even the belts of a pant, like there are like which is also called as suspenders. Like sometimes the many people wear a pant which has some support, which is called suspender, that is also called braces. Now if I use this word braces which has a conflicting signals, it means I am using it this braces in one sense, but the people who are listening to my message, few may feel that I am talking about the braces for teeth, and few may feel that I may be talking about the braces in the this apparel. So this is a conflicting message. So a vertical message might conflict with a non-verbal one. Like a vertical message might conflict with a non-verbal one means like when there is a top, middle and bottom level hierarchy, on that time if a subordinate is sending a non-verbal message, might be it is conflicting with the for the this middle level manager. So because of the change of the meaning. Then comes your reluctance to communicate. There are some times when the managers are reluctant to transmit the message. For example, lots of employees want an answer of a delayed decision which is causing them, or delayed salary, and which is causing lots of discomfort. But managers are reluctant to communicate on this point. So this reluctance to communicate is also maybe one barrier of communication. Then projection. Projection has two meanings. Projecting one's own motives into others' behavior. It means like I am just projecting what I want to achieve, and I am projecting those things on your behavior. And the second one is use of defense mechanism to avoid placing blame on oneself. Like I know that now people will ask question to me, so I have started defending myself. So that is also projection. So when these type of projection takes place, whether it is defensive or it is posing someone's own motives on others' behavior, both these are the interruption to the communication, which is a barrier to communication. Then this next barrier is halo effect. We discussed in our last lecture about stereotyping, and we also discussed about the halo effect. Stereotyping means when by seeing a group of people, we preconceive about their behavior. Like I had given you one example that we saw a group of rowdy people going on road. So we may think that these people may be involved in rowdy activities, antisocial activities or something. So this is our preconception. So this may be termed as stereotyping, whereas halo effect is when we take one characteristic of someone and we try to project the whole things. Like I just saw one person studying till late night, and I have just made my this perception that the person will be so studious, he must have been scoring a rank in the class and all, but might be the reason is different, and he could not complete his homework due to certain reason, and he is today he is sitting till late night. So but by seeing that one particular event, I have just concluded my own things. So this is halo effect. Sorry. Then comes effective communication. Effective communication is a part and parcel of any successful organization. Those organizations which are successful, they always effectively communicate with their employees, with their customers, with their stakeholders. And a communication should be free from barriers so as to be effective. Like whatever barriers we have studied till now, the communication should be free from those barriers. Communication is a two-way process where the message sent by the sender should be interpreted in the same term by the recipient. It means I am saying braces for teeth and you are understanding braces for trouser. That is a conflicting thing. So that should not happen. So like it is a two-way process, and what since I am sending the message in the same way, the message should be interpreted by the receiver. The characteristics of effective communication are as follows. Clarity of purpose. It means for what purpose the communication is being done should be clear. The message to be delivered must be clear in the mind of the sender first, because if it is clear in the mind of the sender, then sender will not leave any stone unturned while encoding his message. He will try to he will put his 100%, and also he will collect all the things which is even not directly associated with the message, rather indirectly also associated. So the sender would like to the sender will definitely clarify his purpose nicely if he is clear in his mind. So the person to whom it is targeted and the aim of the message should be clear in the mind of the sender. Second one is the completeness. The message delivered should not be incomplete. If it is an incomplete message, it may be taken in various sense. So the communication barrier will be there, and the effective communication will not be there. Then comes your conciseness. The message should be concise. Now this conciseness is what? The message should be concise means it should not include any unnecessary details. It means a message which can be finished or encoded in 3 lines. I should not chew it unnecessary and write 17 lines for those message. Then comes feedback. Whether the message sent by the sender is understood in the same terms, there should always be a scope for the feedback. The sender may ask questions in between so that he may understand that the message which is being sent is being interpreted in the same way by the receiver. Then comes your empathy. Empathy with the listeners is essential for effective verbal communication. It means if like empathy with the listeners means like we have to exactly understand the mindset of the person who is speaking or who is listening. The speaker should step into the shoes of the listener and be sensitive to their needs and emotions. For example, so it means understanding the receiver's mindset, his emotion, and being sensitive to the listener, so that as a sender we can understand the need of the receiver and we can encode our message nicely, and the effective communication will take place. Then modify the message according to the audience. Different type of audience require different way of encoding the message. Might be the down level audience requires certain information which is not essential for the middle level management, and middle level has certain relevant information which is not relevant to the top management. So this sender has to modify the message accordingly. Also, use of jargons should be minimized. Use of jargons means the technical words. So if I am a medical practitioner and I am using lots of technical word, it might not be well understood by the patient. So we have to communicate in a way so that it should be easily understandable by the target audience. Then only the effective communication will take place. The next thing comes multiple channels of communication. For effective communication, multiple channels should be used as it increases the chances of clarity of message. It means I am sending my message through a podcast or by audio medium, but if I use other mediums also, like I have sent a video, at the same time I have sent a PPT presentation also, I am also communicating on your WhatsApp group, then definitely the message will be more clear because I am using maximum channels of communication. Then comes your make effective use of grapevine. Grapevine, actually it is an informal communication. It is a gossip and chit chat of the employees, and this is not structured, but the managers or the organization should take this grapevine messages also, and they should use it effectively. It means if a manager is mostly, if you see in organization, this grapevine communication is discouraged. But if you see, like if a manager is using this grapevine communication or information effectively, means those who are talking about something and the manager came to know that the employees have certain problems, or they are in a dilemma of something, and the manager came to know about it. So he should use this particular information in an effective way and should address the problem of the employees. So in that way the manager will be effectively communicating to the group of people. So with this, our communication part is also over, and it is the end of unit number 4. In our next lecture, we will be starting unit number 5. Thank you so much.